Hello, morning gardener. Using brown sugar in the garden. And I know a store that I can get it at, but it's $2 a box. No big deal. I think I can carry that. Brown sugar in the garden. You mix it with water and you pour it right in the planting hole where you're growing it at. And it stimulates the biology in the soil. And we know what happens when biology in the soil gets stimulated. It goes crazy and it starts growing everything. And that's how you grow. I'm going to definitely use sugar this year in the garden. Wow. I am really enjoying this online thing. I'm getting a chance to get back at doing what I do best, and it is no secret. Grow what grows in your area really well, and when you do that, you're going to have much more success. Because some things are not going to grow well in your area, and some things are going to grow incredibly well. Like for instance, I'm here in Maryland, and everything grows well, like collard greens, kale. Oh God, what else? Oh, squash, melons. But we're kind of on the lower end because melons that take over 30, I mean, over 3 months to grow. Some of them you got to start them really, really early and get them out of the way in the ground and ready to come up when you need them. That is the name of that tune. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Can't wait. I have all my containers that I made for my start my seedlings in, and that's just simply I put holes in the bottom. I got to cut them in half. I got to tape them back up. Put the label in there as to what's inside of it. Set it outside in the cold, and also when it ice or snow and everything. Get all that done, and I'm ready. But I think tonight, what time is it now? It's 9:33. I want to make sure that I at least get the peppers done tonight, tomatoes done tonight, and the corn. And that's what I want to get done tonight. That's three items, and all the other items such as the watermelon, and all of that, they'll get done. I'll get those done. I'm gonna do those in a tray. I have to set up the tray first. I have to poke the holes in the tray and get it all set up. And that's the name of that tune. Wow, this is a good night. Mm. And I have a lot I went out there today and on my property and I looked at the fruit trees. I got a lot of work to do to those fruit trees. They when I got hurt in the accident, they got out of control. Hello, how you doing, Mr. Price? And they're out of control. Let's just put it that way. That way, they're growing all over the place. So, but I got the tools to bring them back into some kind of growing order that's decent. Hello, good evening, good evening. All right, Miss Stephanie. Yes, I tell you, I'm ready. I'm ready. Look at my hands. They're shaking. They're shaking. They're shaking because I want to get out in the garden, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But my trees, I got to tell you about my fruit trees. They're going to be quite a challenge. Now, one tree I ordered is on its way. Um, that would be the hey everyone's came in the room speaking to everybody. I like that. That's how you do it. Um, So where was I at? I got a tree on its way, and that's a pomegranate. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, let me calm down for a second. I gotta calm down. I have to calm down. A pomegranate. And I bought it in case somebody want to know. I don't know where it's located at, but it's called Wilson Nursery. I bought a pomegranate. Oh my goodness. And they sell all kinds of pomegranates. I'm fine. My garden is a certified mess. All right. Hey, listen here, Mr. Price. Oh my goodness. Listen, when I got what you know my story though. You already know my story about me, in a car accident and everything. You know about that. But I gotta tell you, when it was all said and done, I was in there for months in that hospital. And when I got back, I looked at my property, and the first thing went through my mind was, oh my God, look at those trees. Look at those vines growing all in those trees. Look at the grass. It's almost 3 feet tall. Yep. And my neighbors, good fellas, they helped me out a great deal. They helped me at least keep the grass cut down so I wouldn't get fines. They helped to keep the grass down. My garden is a mess, but it should be at this time of the year. I love all the seasons. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Stephanie said her yard is a bit of a mess as well. But I don't know what Mr. Price got going on, but I think I would take the award of the messiest yard because I mean it just grew, and then there's vines all through the fruit trees, all through the fruit trees, all my fruit trees have vines all through them, and I'm thinking, okay, how are you gonna get these vines out without destroying your trees? I am glad you made it back. Thank you so much. Thank you, because I remember that people wanted me to retire from work. They wanted me to retire, and I said, wait a minute, I don't have Mr. Muss's income. I don't have his income. I can't afford to retire just like that. But I did know that I tried to come home from the hospital, and I tried to go out there in the yard, and I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. My cold-hearted kiwi plants have mixed results. A female is growing like crazy, but the male plant is barely hanging in there, hanging on. Now that I don't know what kind of kiwi you have. I do know that I thought I made it past while I was. Here's what would happen with my kiwi when I put it in. I got 4 or 5 different plants, and cats kept grabbing the plant out of the ground, pulling it out of the ground, and taking it somewhere with them. So I looked it up, and it said ergo or Virgo. It said cats like to destroy and attack kiwi plants because of the scent. And I said, that's what they're doing. They're taking them out. So I had to put a cage around the second one and zip it down and everything. And came out there one day. They'd knocked the cage over. They'd stripped the plant out of the ground. It was crazy. And then one day, the plant got all the way down to where it was dying. It was almost on its way out. And it had a little glimmer of green on the plant, the size of a grain of short grain rice. And I said, well, if it's going to make it back, I'm gonna watch it. But I looked at it. I said, okay, it could have too much water in it. So I stopped watering it for a few days, and it grew more and it grew more and grew more. And next thing you know, I had that plant back. And then I put it in the ground once it got big enough. And then after 2 years went by, it was still in the ground. And it started on its journey to producing fruit. And it was called I think it was called Isaiah kiwi. And with the Isaiah kiwi, you don't need a male and a female. You just need just the Isaiah plant. Of course, it would produce more if you had a second plant, but it didn't need it. And then one day, I'm out of the woods. Plant's 2 years old. It's a vine. It's growing all over the place. It looks pretty. It's bold. It's standing up strong. And then, you know what happened to it? One winter, it got down to 9 degrees. 9 degrees at night. Then the second day was about 8 or 9 degrees. And when spring came, I thought I was okay because it made it 2 winters, but it never got that cold before. In fact, that was record cold temperatures for Maryland. But the plant couldn't take it. And when it came back, the plant didn't come back. And I looked and said, oh my goodness, after 2 years of trying to grow that kiwi, I like sweet kiwi. And it grew that kiwi. Isaiah was about that big, the fruit, and it has no fur on it or anything. You just pop it in your mouth. And it's supposed to be much sweeter and carry more vitamin C than a few oranges if you were to eat them. And I wanted that, and it didn't happen. So I gave up on it because I put another one out there. It was at the store. It was a kiwi. I put it in the ground, and it might still actually be out there. But I put it in the ground, and it was let me get it right. And that's when I got hurt. It was an accident. Months went by. Everything grew out of control. I mean to tell you, I miss that kiwi. Beautiful plant. It was healthy. And what I did, I didn't have a scaffold for it to climb on. So I took an old wooden ladder that was about 10, 12 feet, and I set it out there and let it grow on that wooden ladder. And it was doing a good job of climbing all over the ladder. It was getting big and strong. And then it just died. It just died. I missed that plant. Oh, you have some feral cats running around. We got a neighbor next door that he feeds them and everything, and them cats are everywhere. They used to produce and go right in my garage, and I had to come in there, and there'd be a whole bunch of kittens in there running around in the garage, and I didn't trust it because I said, wait a minute, what if I get scratched or something? But I had the doors put back on the garage, and now they can't get in there because they used to climb right under the wooden door. But I got to tell you, I put a grapevine in my yard. I got grapes. I got blackberries, raspberries. Supposedly still growing out there. I haven't seen them. Well, I haven't been out there actually. The back of my yard I have not been to because when I got out of the hospital, I could barely walk. I was using a walker and in a wheelchair and all of that. It was crazy. It was crazy. And I'm still using a cane. And so what I did is I purchased a auger for my garden. So I said, if I can't dig this year, I'm gonna use that drill with the auger on it and drill my holes and put everything in. Now, the weeds and the grass that's in the yard, like I said before, I don't till my property. I don't dig all through there trying to get up every weed and every piece of grass. I don't do that because I understand the very nature of how things grow. More roots in the ground, the better off you'll be. Roots in the ground. That's what you want. Those roots actually send certain chemicals to one another to help each other grow. And when you look at the forest floor, you see all kinds of plants growing in a beautiful symphony, just together. They're all together, and they don't. If the plant was meant to be there, it's going to do well. But if it wasn't, then that plant will not make it. So what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to cut the grass down I'm gonna collect the grass clippings. I'm gonna put them around. I'm gonna grow one plant here, and I'm gonna put the grass around it and use it as a mulch. And I've seen how well that works. That works extremely well, and it keeps the plant moist. It keeps the plant temperature regulated, and it also fertilizes the seedling. Come on, you can't ask for more than that. Natural stuff, natural stuff. They don't teach that in a lot of agriculture courses. They don't teach that because the way they were taught is the way they teach you. Go buy a bag of fertilizer, go buy this, go buy that, go to this store and get that. Use a big bag of alfalfa for $22, $23. There are other ways to do it. There are other ways to do it. And to think all I had to eat today was a bowl of cereal. And now I'm getting hungry. I am actually getting hungry. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Oh, wait a minute. It's so disheartening to lose fruit trees over the past 2 years. I lost a kumquat, 2 avocados, and oh wow, persimmons, a cold-hearted kiwi, and a grapevine. Gardening is not cheap. Okay, now I don't know how you. I'm looking at. I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around that. Fruit trees. Let's see which ones you had a problem with. Okay, it says fruit trees. Okay, it didn't say what kind, but you said the avocado. Depends on where you live, because a lot of them are not. The reason why I didn't grow avocados is because one, it grows a really big tree, and the second thing is they're not all that cold hardy. Because I always look when I buy my trees. I look for what they say is the zone that it grows well in, and I'm pretty sure you did that as well. But the global warming is changing up a lot of areas where trees are growing or plants are growing. Period, because my weather is not the same weather than it was 20 years ago here. It's not. It's not the same weather. Summer is short here in Maryland. Summer is short. I mean, you put something in the ground and turn around, it gets heading into fall. So what I did to kind of deal with that in a positive way, I took my oh God, let me get it right. I took my plants and I start them indoors now. Or no, excuse me, winter sowing. That's what I do. And tonight I'm supposed to put in some corn, tomatoes, the big boy tomatoes. That's one. I just want to grow them for fun. I don't really eat tomatoes. And the other thing is, what's that? Uh, I'll start my okra seeds, but I don't need to start them right now. What's the other thing I'm putting in? Big Jim peppers. Big Jim peppers. Oh my goodness. Big Jim peppers. Because I looked in my bag of seeds and I saw that I had one pack left. Because I wasn't going to pay $2 again for a pack of Big Jim seeds. Because I saved seeds last year, and I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. And I like to grow the seeds I grew the year before because they're more familiar with the soil and they grow well. But getting back to what you put here, beefsteak tomatoes. Beefsteak tomatoes. I don't know what kind these are. I don't know what kind they are. I bought them on eBay. Let me see what kind they are. Because they still have them up there. eBay, one thing they save is a record of what you purchased. Let's see. How do I do that? Oh, yeah, here it is. eBay. Let's see. And the monitor that I'm using right now tonight, what's got me back online and got me excited again is that I have a brand new monitor that I'm looking at right now. It's all brand new, fresh and bright. Oh, okay. And here it is right here. The items I purchased. And this is the guy they put his picture on there. He's online. That's the guy that grows all the giant vegetables. And he's online. And they got his seeds up there. And he grows giant items. Did you hear you are in Maryland? Did you hear you're in Maryland? I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Now that's the seeds I purchased. Oh, you grew some last season. Okay, okay, great. I love to hear that. Um, and here's another picture of the tomato. And see, these are not been photoshopped. These are actual pictures. That's how he grows. That's how this man is known around the internet for growing large vegetables. Yes, I tried winter sowing last year and still try again this year. Last year I winter sowed flowers with so results. Let me tell you a secret to that. Put enough holes in the bottom of the container, and the medium that you're using has to be either a coconut core with perlite or peat moss with perlite. And when you get ready to, when they start growing, and you get about 4 leaves on them, then you want to start spraying them from the top of the container with fish emulsion to keep them fed, because sometimes they don't get enough food as well once they go through it. But if you use the medium is important, excuse me, and having enough holes in the bottom. You can't have too many holes in the bottom. And so when rain goes in, you want it to drain right back out. You don't want it to sit in there and damage your roots. Let's see now, because the winter sowing's always been very successful for me. All of them come up, and I don't do nothing but I take the cap off and set it out there, and I'm good to go. And I check it every so often, make sure an animal hasn't come by and knocked it over or anything like that. I don't want that to happen. That'll not be too good. Let me see. What am I looking for? Oh, I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the Big Jim peppers. And these are the peppers. Okay. Big Jim peppers. These are big peppers. Up to 12, 13 inches long. Got a nice hot to them, but not too hot. They're not too hot. I gotta get that. Yeah, there you go. That's Big Jim. Beautiful tasting pepper. Somebody crossed this and that with this and created this pepper. And this pepper here is really good pepper. I like the way it tastes too. I wasn't sure I'd like it, but I grew it anyway. And I said, wait a minute, this is good. You can use these in salads and everything. Now this right here says these seeds are, what is he selling here? Oh, I see what he got here. 50 seeds, most popular. That's what people are buying, about 50 seeds. And they are $2. They're $2. Yeah, $2. You don't need 50 seeds, but if you were growing that many, then go ahead and get them, because that's not a bad price. And let's see. And what else I got here? So I bought all my seeds I wanted that I really want to grow. I bought everything, but I'm not, would say I would not tack on something else. But now, as far as I was talking to, yeah. Let me get back to the young lady here. Having enough holes in the bottom of the container when you water sowing is crucial. And like I said, when you get about 4 leaves on the plant, on the seedling, start spraying in the top of it some fish emulsion, and start spraying it in there every so often. You just mix it with a little water, put it in a spray bottle from Lowe's or whatever, Home Depot, Walmart, and just spraying it in there, and you'll start noticing that the plant will start eating. It gets food from its leaves and stem and everything, so it'll grow. So and then when you get the soil temperature outside up to the temperature that you want, then you can start thinking about taking them out and putting them in the ground or a pot. Nothing like growing food, because when you grow it and you get it up the way you want it, they have better taste, better quality, and won't have any man-made chemicals. And try, if you can, stay away from using water from your house. If you can get some rainwater system put up in your house, try doing that with a rain barrel system, because the water is so much superior. It doesn't kill the biology in your soil. Biology in your soil will die slowly when you use water from your house. Let's see what we got here. Oh, great. Thank you. I am subscribing. I'm trying to find a channel that can help me in my garden. I'm in DC. Oh, yeah, DC. Yeah, temperatures are basically the same as here in Maryland. Yep. And good people, don't keep running to the store and buying stuff that they swear will make your garden grow a 1,000,000-pound tomato or anything like that. Because you know something, a lot of times what you need is right there on your property. I bought me a wow. I bought me a what they call that? Let me get it right. What did I buy me? I bought me some tools to use offline. I bought them. No, I'm just trying to think. I have a tractor outside that needs tires on the back of it, and these tires are really expensive to me. They're really expensive. I'm trying to figure out if I want to fix them, because I already bought inner tubes for them, and I could put inner tubes in them and keep it maybe another 2 years or so, or 3 years. Okay. Oh, I'm just reading up what you sent there, Mr. Price. Okay. When I started gardening, I tried to grow things in a spot with not enough sunlight. Yeah, that'll hurt you. That'll definitely hurt you. That'll definitely hurt you. Let me tell you what I found out today. I went downstairs because I'm crazy. I got stuff growing in my house already. And I went and bought all of this organic ginger, and I put it in this flat tray. It's clear. It's about 2 foot. Well, no, it's longer than 2 foot. About 3 feet wide. No, 2 feet wide, about 4 feet. And I put in there peat moss and perlite. And when I did that, let me tell you what happened. I went down there to check it, and I figured, it's only been about 2 months, no, a month, and I set them on a heat mat. And when I set them on a heat mat, they all are coming up now. And I thought, uh-oh. I said, this is early. I don't want them to come up right now. And I looked at them, and they coming up. They're not supposed to be coming up. They're supposed to be just sitting there waiting and chilling out and growing roots. All I want them to do is grow roots, but they did that. They growing roots and they growing tops to them as well in the house in the dead of winter. Let's see. I'm in zone 8A. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Texas. In the dry and the winter and summer, I'm new to the zone, so I'm still trying to figure out what grows in my area. Now, how would I do that? Let's see. What would you do? You got an agriculture department, sometimes the state funds or the area funds, and you could get some information from them. Another thing is you could go to YouTube and say, I look at farming in Maryland. That's where I live, in Maryland. So I said farming in Maryland, and there was other farmers on there. So I looked at what they were growing, and how they were doing, and I decided if I want to use some of the items they grow. Another thing was it was a plant store, nursery, and I went and got one of their magazines. Now they sell all kind of plants that grow here in Maryland, because the name of the place was Meyer Seed Company, and they grew items that grew in Maryland. So I used their information. Yeah, because I got tired of buying stuff that just didn't grow well in that area. You see them on the what they call it, on the internet, and you think, oh wow, look at that, this guy just growing some oranges. I think I'm gonna try it. And the oranges don't grow well in your area. Because I was sad when I started growing 25 years ago, when people saying grow citric fruits, oranges and lime and lemons, and none of that stuff grows well in Maryland. And you could get it and you could fuss over it and bring it in when it's cold and take it back out when it's warm. You could do that, and you're going to mess up one day. You're going to forget to take it out or bring it in. And as the plant gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and what happens with big plants is they get heavier to carry them in and out. And then you got this old habit of, you'll get older, and so naturally the pots and stuff will get heavier. So now I have if I wanted to do that, I have a hand truck that can go up and down steps up to 50, up to 1,000 pounds it'll carry. So if I wanted to really push it, I could use the hand truck to bring things in and out. But I don't want to bring in pots that weigh 70, 100 pounds worth of material in it, along with a tree that could be 6, 7 feet tall. I don't want to do that. I don't want that. No. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, I had snow. Today, the temperature is 81 degrees. Wow, that's a big swing. Yeah, you definitely going to have to look into definitely have to look at the things that will grow well in your area, because that's a big swing. Maryland has swings like that too now, but not that severe. A couple days ago, we had temperatures in the 50s. Now tonight, yesterday, well, 2 days ago, it was in the 50s. Now it's 35 degrees. 35 degrees. Okay, okay. So you're doing the right thing. Checking out the extension office. Um, yeah, they should have some information there. They should have some information there. And if I mean, you can look for people, like I said, on YouTube that are in your area that grow some things, like what fruits they're growing, what vegetables they're growing, and there's some of your information right there because you can grow anywhere if you know the environment and you know what kind of plants grow well there. Because the problem I have, I was trying to get what they call them a pomegranate tree, but the only one I found was one called the plant was called Wonderful, and Wonderful is a plant that it grows between zone 10 and zone 7. I'm in zone 7B. I'm so close to the line where it's just too cold. I mean, you could probably try that plant, but it's risky because you all the way at the end. And with the global warming going on, the temperatures are really, really swinging. Um, so what I did was I purchased a Russian variety of pomegranate that is hardy all the way down to zone 6 and 10. So that's what I did. I purchased a pomegranate that's a Russian variety. It said sweet yet tart, medium size fruit. And I said, I'm gonna get that because I'm not gonna mess with the one that's called Wonderful and have it die on me for $25 plus shipping to come to me. I'm not gonna do that. I said, yes, I'm often checking out the universe. Okay, I read that. Now, but here's what gets me though. Thank you. Yep, sir. Should put that in. Thank you, sir. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you, I love it. The pomegranate I got coming, I could grow it as a tree. I could grow it as a bush. Um, but you got to keep it cut because the bush will get big on you. And, I mean, it did give me information how big this bush should get. It'll get wide across, 10, 12 feet across, and I don't need that. I want it cut back. I want it under control. Pomegranate, very good fruit. Here in Maryland, one pomegranate that's a Wonderful will cost you $4 a piece, and they're very heart healthy food. Never gonna give you up. No, it's not that easy. Let's see. I feel good. I got my well, I got my lights on outside of my house. What they call I put that light in years ago. I don't know why that bulb lasted so many years. Oh my God, that bulb's got to be, I don't know how old it is, 7, 8 years old. So I got to mix a little soil tonight and get that together to go in these. I got to write down a couple of labels and put everything together. All right, good people. I'm going to call it, but it's been real nice. Um, sit here and talk with you. Uh, It's been real good. Thank you. And let's do it again real soon. Thank you so much.